We all know life happens, but can you provide for yourself and your family in case there's a major emergency, even a death in the family? Will you have enough money to pay your bills, stay in your home, and take care of everything you need to in order to stay on your feet? Joining me this morning is someone who deals with these issues every single day, helping people protect their financial futures. With me this morning is Jane Fortin from Allstate. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here, because I find this to be such an important topic. It's very sensitive. A lot of people don't like to talk about it, life insurance, but it needs to be addressed because you never know.
Absolutely. And you know, the reality is, Olga, that there's just stories every day that come to mind. You know, we just had one recently where we had our agent was just haunted by this. We had a couple that came in. They were starting their new life together. It was a second marriage for both of them. And they came in on the house and they were going to get some life coverage. They held off. And months later,
oh my goodness,
the wife called in, shared with our agent that the husband had passed unexpectedly.
And she wanted to know.
She wanted to know, and she said, did we get that life insurance in place? And our agent was haunted by having to say, no, we never got to it. It resulted in her having to sell the house. She had to move in with her niece. I mean, there are stories like this all the time. Look at GoFundMe,
exactly.
Right? How many of us come together to help friends and family that didn't take action and prepare for life's uncertainties?
And that's why we want to talk about it more this morning, because taking that action can create such peace of mind. I have some stats here that I'd like to share with my viewers. Truly alarming. 37 million American families do not have coverage. Wow, that's a lot.
It's stunning.
And then look at this one. 56% of women have coverage. 62% of men have coverage. Look at that gap.
We're lagging, and we need to address that, right? Because all of us have needs. And the answer here is everyone needs to take the time to really understand their situation. And if they need help with that, they should know that there's agents around the country, Allstate agents, 10,000 all over the country, that would be happy to help sit down with you and really understand this risk that you may face. We take the time every year to have our medical exam, do a financial wellness checkup, and make sure that you're addressing these risks that you may be facing.
So let me give you a few examples. You're the Allstate agent, and I'm going to give you a few examples of a single mom who, let's say, just got divorced, or a single mom who never got married, or let's just say a single dad, right? One income, or even someone like myself and my husband. Two incomes, times are tough. A lot of people are saying, I can't afford it, it's too much money. Talk to me about how much policies are and how affordable they can be. Because it's important for people to know this.
It is important, Olga, and there's I want to debunk an important myth, right? The reality is people overestimate the cost of insurance. It can be less than the cost of that cup of coffee that we stop and get every day,
there
right?
You go.
And so there's different types of coverage, and the reality is that there's what we call term insurance that will cover you for a 10, 20, 30-year period. It tends to be more affordable. I like it for younger families. And then there's what we call permanent coverage that takes you through your life and is ideal if you want to leave a legacy to your heirs or to a charity. But single moms, I can tell you, I didn't take action. I have been in the insurance industry my whole career, and
really?
I didn't take action on life insurance.
I did when I had my children.
Good
and
for you.
My parents told me I waited too long.
Well,
but I did it.
You did it, and you did better than me, because it wasn't until I found myself as a single parent thinking through the implications to my daughter's future if something happened to me, realizing I needed to take action. And so for so many single moms out there, single parents, you know, you need to think through what would happen if something happens to me. And to your point, there are lots of solutions out there. There are affordable solutions out there. And if you need help with that, just reach out, because we've got agents around the country in your community that I know would be happy to help you prepare for this type of event.
Jane, earlier you mentioned a story that unfortunately really didn't have a good ending in terms of the family taking that action. Do you have one where the family did take action and at least gave them peace of mind?
Yeah, actually I do. There's one that just happened in the last few months. We had a young family that had just built their dream home and was in our agent's office securing homeowners coverage. As part of the discussion, our agent identified that there was a gap in the life insurance given the new home, and so they agreed to move forward with some life insurance. And unfortunately, just as we had issued that policy, that dad was tragically killed. And His wife and children thankfully had the benefit of his action of protecting their future and his dream, that they be able to live in that home and carry on, you know, as best they could without him. Right. So it was powerful for our agent as well. He felt so good that he was able to identify that need and make sure they took action. And who would have thought several weeks later we'd be honoring this policy?
We don't think it'll happen, but if it does, like you just showed us right now, it's peace of mind.
It is absolutely peace of mind. And the important point is that if you don't take action, who will? And if you don't do it today, when will you take care of this? Because every day that goes by is a risk.
Thank you so much for your time. I do appreciate it.
Thank you.
And if you'd like to learn more about securing your family's financial future, visit allstate.com/life insurance. That's allstate.com/life insurance, or go to our website, thebalancingAct.com.